Watch your language.
Punk.
We are live on a Friday night for the final time this season. Ranger Things Have Happened podcast brought to you by Johnny C's Tees, the Pride Abroad channel, and taking care of all your custom swag needs, Johnny C's Tees. Please give him a follow on Instagram and on all social media and patronize small business because Lord knows we all need it now. Welcome to the program, the final program of season 1, fellas. We made it. We had hoped to go a little bit longer, but the Rangers give it and the Rangers take it away. I thought AJ was chomping at the bit to say something. Anyway, you found us.
Well,
on
I was going to say
Ranger
you didn't need to throw the season 1 on the end of that. That implies there's going to be extra seasons.
I said what I said. So here we are, season 1 finale. As the Rangers season finale will take place tomorrow night. You have most afternoon. You have the usual suspects here: Billy behind the curtain, myself, Ricky Diffendale, former chief fan officer of the New York Rangers. Beano's with us. AJ rocking the new Goon swag is with us, and Cobb from The Office is also with us tonight, live on a Friday. Gentlemen, I hope you had a wonderful week. Anything notable happen? I know there's plenty of things notable happened to the New York Rangers this week that we'll get into, but anything in your personal lives you want to air out there?
Dogecoin to the moon.
Dogecoin.
My sister got engaged the other day.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah. Congratulations to them.
Aunt JoJo and Uncle Justin. He's
Uncle
finally taking the plunge.
Yep.
Damn. He's an Islander fan, though, so.
Man. Yeah, he's also an idiot. She's out of her mind.
Congratulations
God love
to them. Congratulations to the future Mr. and Mrs. Sheridan. I almost said Harrison. Anyway, you might as well. Here we are on a Friday, and so many Ranger things happened this week that it really makes your head spin. It's like, where do we start on not so breaking news? We have the Wilson fiasco of earlier in the week. Obviously, we're far enough removed from it that we've given our reactions to the world and to each other in our Rangers group chat. But me personally, I think the problem is that based on what Wilson said today and how he thought that was just a normal hockey play, that's the problem. That's how you know the guy's not going to change. Plus, he wasn't really reprimanded. So I'd just love to hear any of your thoughts on that based on what he said today and what happened the other night and the fact that Panarin is going to miss the rest of the year, which was only 3 games, but still. Go ahead, let it out. This is our outlet.
First of all, you said he wasn't reprimanded. He got fined the NHL equivalent of like a Snickers bar. So
right, so he wasn't reprimanded. But you're right.
And that was clearly not a classic hockey play, dragging somebody down to the ice by their fucking hair and slamming their head off the ice, pardon my French. That does not warrant a normal hockey play. Not at all.
How about the Buchnevich when he had his stick under his neck and he slams his head to the ice and then gives him a punch in the side of the head while he's laying on the ice?
That's not one either. That's not a good hockey play.
How was that not even addressed?
It was
player safety.
That was an oversight. Like, he smashed Panarin's head. But before that, he almost killed Buchnevich.
He almost killed Buchnevich. Yeah.
I thought
Go ahead, AJ.
No, what he did to Buchnevich, I thought was a dirtier play than what he did to Panarin. Panarin challenged him and he body slammed him. That happens all the time. But giving Buchnevich the business as he's choking him with a stick, I thought that was what warranted a fine more than just body slamming somebody.
Yeah.
The one thing I will say is that I think it's an exaggeration for someone to say he almost killed somebody. I don't think he did.
You're surprised people are using hyperbole in 2021?
Could have killed Ryan Holwig with a stick to the face. Marty McSorley could have killed Steve Moore, tackling him to the ice by the neck. He didn't almost kill someone.
That was Todd Bertuzzi.
Yeah, no. Bertuzzi did the more.
Was it?
Yeah.
McSorley hit. Who'd he hit in the back of the head?
LaRock?
Or Brashear, maybe. But he slashed him in the back of the head from behind. Sorry, you're right. It was Bertuzzi. All those plays, right? could have seriously injured someone. Not that Wilson couldn't have seriously injured Panarin or Buchnevich. Thank God he didn't. Not seriously, at least from what we know. But still, that's not. It's as Kevin was just ranting and raving. It's not a normal hockey play. The fine was a slap in the face. The fine to the Rangers was an even bigger slap to the face because all they did was say what people were.
They just
thinking.
voiced what everybody wanted to say, and they got fined $250,000.
Correct.
So that's the equivalent of a Snickers bar to James Dolan.
Yes, right. A drop in the bucket. A drop in the bucket, but still a pretty large drop in the bucket.
Yeah, it's pretty large. Yeah.
I have a comment from the Beyond on this. I agree, obviously, that the player safety they didn't handle the situation well. The Rangers put out a statement that basically gave the NFL the finger, and the NFL is going to respond in kind. So
the NFL is so mad about this.
The NHL.
Stay behind the curtain.
It's been a long week.
I love you.
No,
but
I love him.
Billy, we're going to fine you for that statement you just made.
You should. But my point stands is that they basically gave a middle finger to the NHL. And they responded in kind. So that's what the fine is for. It's for the middle finger. It's not for saying, hey, we appreciate everything the player safety has done. We want more done. We want to work with them. You know what I mean? If they had done kind of, I hate to say the BSPR thing and actually went through the process, they wouldn't have gotten fined. But because they said, screw you guys, you're not doing your job, guess what they did? They did their jobs the next night and then fined the Rangers. So, again, I don't disagree that it's unfair. It's just they brought it upon themselves as well.
Yeah. Well, and I think they got fined more for the personal attack on George Parros than they did for the.
Is he done? Because I'll wake up now.
The other thing.
For Booch's cross check.
God.
So hot and bothered defending the league now. The Islanders.
I'm not defending.
He's been a company guy his entire life.
I am not defending the league. I'm not defending the league. I'm just saying their response makes total sense given what the Rangers done. And anyone who's upset about it doesn't understand, how business and politics work.
Okay, but that number is ridiculous for a statement, to give an opinion statement to charge him $250,000 for saying mean things about George Parros.
But again,
they got butthurt.
People lose the presidency because they say mean things.
Exactly.
Right.
Fact.
But that's what I mean.
Now. This is what we live in. You can almost kill somebody. I know we just talked about it. You can hurt someone severely, $5,000. You said something mean, $250,000.
You get butthurt and you get charged more money.
Just about says it all.
So again,
and on top of all this, hold on, screw politics and forget the fines, because even crazier, just when you think the week couldn't get any crazier, all of a sudden, I forget who wrote it. It might have been our buddy Sean Baggs who wrote it in the Rangers chat that we have, that the Rangers fired JD and Gorton. And I'm like, that had to have come from a fake account, right?
That's the Onion. And then Onion news.
Yeah, and then you go online. And it was real.
And it literally happened.
And I honestly, this has been some year for the Rangers in a variety of ways, but this was like the icing on the cake. And now, you know what? We've had a couple days to digest the move. And obviously, Chris Drury, who was either not allowed or chose not to interview for other GM jobs in other places, hoping to move up the ladder here, maybe was part of this master plan, that this was always going to happen eventually. I didn't think it was going to happen this week or right now where we're at in the rebuild, because I thought JD and Jeff Gordon did a pretty good job getting us to where we are right now. I think a lot of people, while hopeful for the playoffs, and I'm absolutely guilty of that, were perfectly fine with how competitive they were this year and the division they were in and the direction of the rebuild. And now what? Because these guys are out, and obviously Dolan came out and said in so many words that he thought the Rangers were lacking grit, and he's not wrong, because they are. Even when they had Lemieux, they were lacking a little bit of grit, because he's a tough guy, but he's not that tough. So I'm both nervous and excited in the wake of those moves, but please, what were your reactions when that happened? Because I was kind of numbing.
It kind of took me back a little bit, what the hell just happened?
Pretty sure you texted me immediatly, Cobb.
I did. Yes.
My initial reaction was just complete. I don't want to curse, but my initial reaction was, this is ridiculous. It's absolute nonsense. Boycott James Dolan, boycott the Garden, blah, blah, blah. And then I saw James Dolan's explanation, and he wanted Chris Drury in place for the exit interviews, which I kind of understand. Not that I agree with the move, but I understand where he was coming from. And Chris Drury has been in the organization for 6 years. He was in Jeff Gordon's right pocket for how many of these big decisions.
Yeah.
So I mean, he knows the plan, and I think he's gonna, maybe he'll tweak it, make it his own plan. But he's been down this road with them for however long, 6 years, whatever it is. And I think it's gonna be okay. I hope I'm right.
I hope so too.
I don't know. I mean, like I didn't agree with the move. I still don't agree with the move. But at least you're not going outside and just picking somebody who's going to dismantle the whole fucking thing that they just put together.
So much for watching our mouths tonight.
I'm sorry.
God.
My wife yells at me all the time. Like, I'm not cursing at you. It's just how I speak.
Yes, that's why she's yelling at you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Your take?
JD, I was really excited when they brought him, I guess, to be the president, and I liked what we saw for the most part, I will say, with Gordon also there. I did find out that Glenn Sather is still involved in the Ranger organization.
Yeah, he's like the consigliere, right? He's like whispering in the ear of
James
James
Dolan. Alternate governor.
He's the Tom Hagen of the Rangers.
What is Tom Hagen?
He's the consigliere in Godfather.
You're a terrible
I'm not well versed in the Godfather. I've seen it like once,
So
I
he's
fell asleep
involved
during the wedding scene 3 times. Can't make it past there.
Go ahead, Bean.
He's still involved in decision making, I think, also. And what I liked, I guess, up until this point, he kept Dolan away from all the hockey decisions. So I guess he's not involved anymore.
That seemed to always be the thing, right? Like, the Knicks suck because Dolan's got his fingerprints all over it, and the Raiders have been doing well because Dolan just kind of lets them do their thing.
Now,
this is the opposite of that.
Now I'm nervous because it smells like a Dolan Isaiah Thomas thing happening now with the Rangers with Dolan Chris Drury. I don't know if he's the right guy or we had good guys making right decisions. He was just there, and now they're going to be his decisions. You know, I'm a Chris Drury guy.
You are.
I don't like the firing. I have my own theories. I think he wanted Quinn gone, and they said no, and then they said, okay, you're gone, and that's
now both of you are gone.
It makes sense. I think Quinn needs to go too now, though. If you have a new president or GM, I think he brings in his own guy. And in that vein, it should not be Mark Messier. No. And listen, as Ranger fans, come on, we love Mark.
Drury had a big hand in bringing Quinn in, so I don't think he's going to necessarily jettison him immediately.
I think he should. Anyway, Mark Messier. The name speaks for itself in this town for what he did as a player. But, like AJ said, Chris Drury's been in this organization for 6 years. He's worked in it. He's, dare I say, earned this opportunity. Obviously, other teams were interested in him because he had all these different interviews, or at least interviews that he could decline. So he's worked his way up. What has Messier done as far as coaching or management? To just say, all right, now you're assistant to the president, or you're the new GM, or we're going to put you behind the bench. Work your way through start in the AHL, coach some games. Like, great players do not always translate into great coaches. See Wayne Gretzky. It doesn't always work. Sometimes it does. As executives too, because I think John Elway did a pretty good job with the Broncos. If we want to go back to the NFL, Billy, because I know you're an NFL fan. But I love Mark Messier. I love the guy. I honestly don't want him anywhere near this. I don't want him anywhere near it.
I want to say coaching or maybe some kind of front office position. I can see that. Maybe assistant to the general manager like Chris Drury, just another name or something.
Like George Costanza. Assistant to you could be assistant to the traveling secretary as Beano has left us.
He's now left the building.
But I know what he was going to say. He doesn't want it to be the GM per se, but maybe assistant to the GM, Dwight Schrute-esque.
But I don't think nobody in the organization has floated Mark Messier's name. This is just ESPN brought him on to do an interview after all this happened because he was the only one that picked up the phone.
No, he was pre-booked apparently that day. He was coming on anyway to talk about something different. That's what Michael Kay said.
Yeah, that's what he said. Doesn't mean that's what happened.
He was pre-booked. He said he was pre-booked.
Messier's name comes up every couple of years also in this kind of situation. Every time there's some kind of regime change at the Garden, his name comes up. This is not the first time we heard Mark Messier doing something with the Rangers. So
I know.
I love Mark Messier. We all love, but I don't want anywhere near the bench.
Got no experience as a coach. He's got plenty of experience as a player, but not a coach.
I don't think
it doesn't always work. It doesn't work all the time unless you get your chops in the minors or in college somewhere. Get your chops. Although speaking of that, though, we're talking about David Quinn. I admittedly did not watch the game last night, but all I needed to know from what I read from the reliable sources on Twitter was that Johnny Brodzinski and Tim Gettinger had more ice time last night than Capo Caco.
Who?
Billy, shut up.
I watched the entire game and I didn't even notice.
I think
me too.
Have you seen that they're not dressing the other guys? I think it's more of a we don't want anyone to blow a knee out in a useless, meaningless game.
Yeah, I can absolutely see that.
Let get your time, all right?
Let's give Kako heavy minutes at the end of the season. I don't know. I guess there's arguments both ways.
Like you're not gonna. These last 3 games are not gonna affect your development at all. But you can tear an ACL and miss next year. I see where they're coming from with that.
Tear an ACL in any game, anytime.
They should have run up the whole Wolf. Press them.
These games don't mean anything now.
Essentially, they did. That's what they did. I know Morgan Barron got his first goal right the other night.
It should have been killed. Who wants to play in his team next year? Whoever can bloody him up the best. That's what it should have been.
Well, if that's the case, then Brendan Smith should not only be back, but he should be the captain of the team. And I did hear that Drury's going to name a captain.
Whoa!
We haven't had a captain since what? Since McDonough?
It's going to be easy when they move.
Since Ryan McDonough, yeah.
Kreider in the offseason, the name of captain.
No one's taken that contract. Kreider's here, and he's here to stay. Unless they expose him to the Kraken.
Which the Kraken wouldn't take that contract either.
They got money to burn out there in Seattle.
They're burning other things in Seattle.
Yes, it's true. They're burning courthouses and police stations. Oh, yeah. God. All right. Well, I mean, that's what happened this week. Just one of those weeks for Ranger fans. Oh, I don't know what's worse, like the turmoil of this week or getting the pants beat off you by the Islanders last week. I guess that was worse because I was a shell of a human on the podcast last week. I listened to it today. I
forgot we did a podcast last week.
We did it after the first Islander game where it was just a deflating loss.
Bad, but we brought more effort in that podcast than the Rangers did in that game.
We said that on the podcast. Are you looking up at the Met game right now?
Yeah, I am.
It's getting ugly.
Do you have a mohawk? What is that?
No, he's got a mullet.
He's got a mullet.
Going for a mullet.
Oh,
he's trying to get a mullet going.
He's going for it. I like it. You've done some fun hair things over the years, Bean.
This is what they do to me. I don't know what to do anymore.
A mullet would look fantastic under a goon sun hat.
It would. It will.
The sun hat's been made.
Buy a sun hat and then get it customized by someone. Give it to Conklin. Give it to Johnny C. Ask Johnny C. about custom sun hats. I bet you he has the hookup.
We get some patches. Put them on.
What do you think? You get a goon sun hat before you get your Ranger Things Have Happened podcast swag? Which comes first?
The goon sun hat.
If I have to pick them up at your house, they're all at the same time, apparently.
Okay. Well, we'll talk to the sponsor. We'll talk to Johnny C about some goons sun hats. Right now, if he's ready, I'd like to bring on tonight's special guest for the finale. Billy, let us know if Rocco is ready to join us. Let me know.
Hi, everybody.
Do we have Rocco?
Hey,
Rocco, we could hear you, but we can't see you.
Oh, sorry.
There we go. There he is.
Rocco, what's up, kid?
Nothing.
I'm gonna ignore the fact that you're wearing a Yankee hat. That's okay.
Excellent choice, buddy. Excellent choice.
So, Rocco, my first question for you is: how are you? How you feeling these days?
Right now I'm feeling pretty good. Besides a little bit of joint pain from just getting off steroids, but right now I'm on a 2-week hold from chemo to let my counts recover. So I'm feeling pretty good. I just started working out yesterday.
Awesome.
That a boys.
Glad did. He switched it out.
You guilted him into it.
He can switch back. It's all
right. Rocco, that's awesome. We're glad to hear that. We're glad you could join us tonight. I guess obviously the first question I want to ask you is about we want to know about your experience with the Rangers, and I was combing through your Instagram today, and I know that the big thing here tonight is to plug your Instagram, which we will. Although you have over 1,000 followers and our podcast only has over 100, so you're doing much better than we are. But tell us about what happened with the Rangers. How'd the whole thing with the patch happen, and how did you get linked up with Adam Fox on FaceTime? All that stuff.
Well, so basically my dad, he just got an email saying that the Rangers wanted me to design a patch for them. And even before that, I was in the hospital, and they told me if I wanted to do something where the Rangers would come to my house and take a picture of me or something. And I kind of forgot a little bit of what that was, but then they emailed my dad and asked me to design a patch, and they sent him the Rangers logos. So right that night I started drawing the logos, and I started incorporating things like never give up and childhood leukemia into them. And then on one of them, I tried to add muscles, but they couldn't approve it because it was something with copyright and stuff. So
yeah, they're sticklers for that.
Yeah, so I drew those, and then then they sent it to the team, and they
That's
put
the patch.
all the different things together
awesome.
and designed that right there.
So this was your brainchild. You came up with this whole thing, and they just put it together for you.
Mhm.
Awesome.
And when did they wear this?
They wear it in practice now, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it was on their shoulder, right?
Yeah, right here on the side.
That's really cool.
So then after I designed that patch and they put it all together for me, my dad got another email saying that they were going to come to the house and do an interview. And they interviewed me all around the house in the gym, and it was the whole day I felt famous. I was in with these big cameras, the studio lights in my room, and they were I was on a podcast and they were interviewing me. And then after that, they put a whole video thing together. And before they posted that, Adam Fox, somebody emailed my dad and said to join this call. I didn't know who it was because they said to make it a surprise. And when I joined, I was I was in shock. It was really cool. And then I got to talk to him for a little bit and ask him some questions, and he got to ask me about leukemia and how I work out and stuff like that. And then they gave us tickets to this Ranger game, and it was really cool. We got one of those forgot what it's called, the Ranger or what's the stadium they play at again? The
Madison Square Garden.
The Madison Club or something.
Oh, they gave you the baller seats.
Yeah, it was nice. And it was really cool to watch the game.
Did they win the game?
Yeah.
Oh, thank God.
That's even better.
Pretty sure it was 6-3. And they were playing the Devils.
Solid.
Very good.
Solid. Always more fun to go when they win, but that's awesome. With it's cool to feel that way, right? With all the cameras and stuff. And
yeah.
I've been there. I miss the glitz and the glamour, guys. But Rocco knows what I'm talking about. And were you an Adam Fox fan before you guys talked, or now it's just after it's just he's your guy, or is there a different player on the team who's your favorite?
Well, I don't normally watch sports that much. Ever since the start of the pandemic, I haven't watched sports that much. And when I went onto the call with Adam Fox, I learned about him, and I saw how he is an awesome defenseman and all the stuff like that, and he became my favorite on the team.
Nice. Solid choice for a favorite, Rocco, for sure.
Very, very good choice.
So, guys, I don't know if you've noticed, Rocco's mentioned a couple times, muscles and working out and his gym. Rocco aspires, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, you want to be a personal trainer or when you get older? How did that happen?
Well, ever since I was like, I don't know, 6 or 7, I've always been like doing push-ups and sit-ups and trying to train my friends. And my neighbor, I have him over. I just started with them yesterday again because from COVID, I'm pretty sure a lot of people did too. We gained a little bit of weight, and now I'm trying to help.
You're seeing it.
And now I'm trying to help them burn it off. And I just want to let people have a more positive mindset, and not just a fitness coach, but I also want to help them with like their nutrition and their diet. Because when people feel better about themselves, they have more confidence, and it's just a better lifestyle and a better way of living.
That's beautiful.
Wow.
That's a good
Fantastic,
deal
Rocco.
right there.
If you look at the other guys in the squares here, what would some of your like advice be for them? Not me, because I'm in peak physical shape. But what about these other gentlemen? What would you advise them to do?
The only advice for you is just for men.
I think before working out and trying to do all that hard stuff, just start with like just a healthy diet and eating healthy. Like I went to Trader Joe's with my mom a couple days ago, and we just got like a bunch of healthy food to stock up with in the house. And now we just try to eat healthy every day. And that once you start eating healthy, your body will become like more in shape. Even without working out, it'll just be like ready for working out. You won't be out of breath so fast, and you won't be like, I'm not saying you are, I'm just saying it'll help.
No, we are. It's great. Sound advice.
That is very good advice.
Clearly, Rocco knows what he's talking about, but I don't know if any amount of quinoa is going to help AJ at this point.
I don't know what quinoa is.
yeah, we know.
First thing that popped in my mind. I don't even know if it's good for you, Rocco. Is quinoa good for you, Rocco? I don't even know.
Yeah, it's a healthier type of grain or rice.
There we go.
Oh, is that the thing from that Bud Light commercial? Where the guy flipping the burgers like, what the hell is quinoa?
Yes.
Quinoa. With quinoa.
Oh my god. So yeah, I don't know is that Billy laughing in the
That's
background?
Billy. Yes, that is the man behind the curtain.
So I don't know if Beano, AJ, or Kevin, if you have any questions for Rocco, now would be the time.
That shit. I went to a game at the Garden, and I think it was actually Garden of Dreams night, and they showed your video up on the jumbotron, and it was awesome. But I heard you speak, and I was like, this kid's got to be from Broad Channel. So I was very happy to know that I was right. But I saw they showed you in your gym working out and stuff like that. I only have one question. What kind of exercises can I do to learn how to do a pull-up? Because I can't do a single one.
With modified pull-ups, like sometimes at gyms they have a certain type of pull-up machine where you could like put a certain offset of weight where like say you weigh 100 pounds, you could make it like 50-pound offset, so you're only lifting 50 pounds.
I weigh a little bit more than 100.
And then after that, you could get like, there's these pull-up bands, and you could like put your foot on it, and it'll be a certain type of thickness that'll make it easier for those pull-ups. And then once you get those, you could try chin-ups. And then once you get good at those, you could try normal pull-ups, because pull-ups are hard for, I think, anybody, even pull-ups is hard.
So it's not just me.
Yes, not just you.
Thank you, Rocco.
I think I have to amend something I said. I said that Rocco wants to be a fitness trainer. I feel like he already is.
He's already there.
This is solid advice we're getting from Rocco tonight.
Yeah, can I hire
Fantastic.
you?
Yes, I watched his video today, and you were doing those curls, Rocco. I saw you in the hospital, and you weren't feeling so great, and you were doing the curls with the water bottles, and you inspired me right away.
Go right for them 12-ounce curls.
The old 12-ounce curls. Kevin is right.
In all seriousness,
that's about all he can lift.
It's great to see that you're feeling better and doing good, and you're a really brave kid, and I could only imagine what you had to go through, and it's just you're an inspiration to a lot of people, and it's a great story.
Exactly right. No, you really are. You're an inspiration to a really big amount of people.
That's my main goal, just to be an inspiration.
Yeah, you have reached it, Rocco. You are the man.
You're there.
Rocco, before we let you go, we usually ask our guests a question I don't know if it's going to apply to you because I know you're a health nut, but I'll ask you anyway. Okay, you ready?
Omit the first part of it.
You could have, if you could have one fast food forever, only one, then where would it be? What would it be? Where would it be from?
Definitely not McDonald's.
Oh, AJ.
McDonald's the same. I feel like everything just starts to taste the same. And then,
not wrong.
And then, I don't know. Fast food. Have you ever heard of? I've never tried it, but I've heard really good things about it. Chick-fil-A.
I knew he was going to say it.
Very good.
I've also never had it, but I've also heard only good things, Rocco. So it's a solid choice.
Very good.
It's delicious. It's chicken. It's delicious.
It's
fried chicken. Delicious.
I can never get. I might like healthy food, but I can never get sick of chicken.
Nice.
And like even fried chicken, it's good.
I was gonna say, do you prefer fried or grilled?
Well, if I'm trying to eat healthy, I'd prefer grilled, but for taste, I'd probably prefer fried.
Solid.
Nothing wrong with a good old chicken cutlet.
My man.
Solid. And
it's fried chicken. I like fried chicken.
I like fried chicken.
Also, before we let Rocco go, we need to plug his Instagram. So make sure you follow Fitness for Life 07 on Instagram. That is Rocco's Insta. He's got over 1,000 followers. He wants more, so give him more. You get all these tips.
Him a couple
you can
more,
follow
folks.
Rocco on his journey, and if
plug.
you
throw us a plug, you get more followers than we do. Throw us a plug.
Yeah, Rocco, give us a plug on your Instagram too, and we'll give you one here.
I just put on my story before this started. Go check out, and I put the link to the live.
Ooh.
I bet you we get more followers off you than you get off us. But here it is. Follow Rocco there, Fitness for Life 07 on Instagram. You can follow his whole journey and all the awesomeness that is Rocco. And like everyone else said, Rocco, you're an inspiration. You're the man. Good luck. And we look forward to having you on again someday, all right?
Do you mind if I just take a picture real quick to put on my story?
Please.
Absolutely.
Do you want us to pose?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, make a pose.
You want the mullet in the picture?
No one wants the mullet.
Beano, make sure you hold up your 12-ounce.
Do the curl.
Do that
12-ounce curl.
Do the pose with the curl.
12-ounce curl.
1, 2, 3. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Rocco. Thanks for coming on tonight.
Rocco.
Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, Rocco.
Okay, bye. Thank you.
Right, take care, buddy.
Take care.
Have a nice day.
You good,
You
pal?
too.
Did he get the mullet in the shot?
I think he did. He got the mullet.
You got them flowing locks in the
Dude.
back. Yep.
It was a majestic pose. It was.
I was sure if I should do the beer pose for his Instagram. I was like, oh, maybe I should.
He asked for it.
Yo, that kid is awesome.
I think
He's
I'm going to
awesome.
hire him as my fitness and health coach.
He honestly, knows his stuff. That's awesome.
That was some pretty sound advice.
And he
really good.
Oh, where was he when we were kids?
Exactly. Like, what the hell, man?
Hey, DJ at 100 pounds, so he just got to be feeling good.
He's got a picture.
He was
of him.
only.
He was extremely generous.
I do it. I think each of my legs is 100 pounds. I measured the other day. My thighs are 30 inches. 30-inch thighs.
Right.
Here's what we have to do.
Not
Here's
even
what we have to do,
muscle.
AJ. This summer, when we're all hanging out, we have to find some kind of pull-up bar, and we have to send Rocco each of our attempts at doing pull-ups and add him on Instagram just to see if we can get it done.
When they finish the park in front of your house, it's supposed to be a
Yes,
kind of
just
exercise
take a
equipment,
quick
right?
little walk across the field to see, pull up, and then we'll add it to Rocco, and then he'll give us the pointers that we need.
I'm looking
What
at
if I
his
did my
Fantastic.
shoulder?
I'm looking at his Instagram now. The kid's
all
got
right.
bigger biceps than I do.
Didn't take much.
No, it doesn't.
You got spaghetti arms.
You know what happens.
Anyway,
Just Bill arms.
thank you to Rocco, and thank you to the whole Pisani family for letting him come on and do this. That kid's awesome, and we're glad he's doing well. We're glad he's doing well. Cobb.
What's the
That'll
score
be
now?
the Yankees.
DJ LeMahieu, another home run.
Let's
2 on the
go.
night for him.
It is the season finale
Way
of the
more
Raging
excited
Things
than
Have
necessary.
Happened podcast. season 1 finale, I should say. And it's time. It's coming down to the wire for trivia. Billy, sound it off.
Oh.
Wait, let me do that again. Billy, sound it off.
Hang on.
He's too busy watching baseball because the men are wearing tight pants.
AJ is in first with 23.
Wait, whoa! You didn't even play the soundbite.
Oh, I got to play the soundbite. I'm all fucked up right now.
That's why I said sound off, and now we have another. I'm the only person I think that hasn't. Me and Beano haven't cursed today.
The wheels are falling off. I guess we can all start cursing now.
I apologize.
Trivia. Now go ahead, Billy.
All right. In last, we have Andrew with 4. In fifth, Al with 6. In fourth, Cobb with 7. In third, Beano with 11. In second, Ricky with 21. And in first, AJ with 23, if I know how to math.
I don't know if I can catch him tonight.
I mean,
it is
team,
possible.
by the way. By my numbers, I'm a playoff team.
Yeah, you've locked in. You've locked in.
I clinched the playoffs.
I'm not last.
Andrew just missed the playoffs. He was here for 20 minutes.
Al almost missed the playoffs.
Okay, so here we go. That means for all the marbles. I'll go first.
Man.
I'll go first. My question is simple.
Oh, boy.
Who scored the Rangers' first goal of the 2021 season?
Ooh.
Who scored the first goal for the New York Rangers in the 2021 season? Who opened the scoring? And by the way, it was in the second game of the season because they didn't score in the first game of the season.
Let's go, Durs.
I was thinking back. No, I'm not saying the answer. I was just thinking back of what, how long ago the season started and what my feelings were.
Yeah, we were so young.
14 weeks ago.
Are we ready to flip? Flip them. Thank God AJ didn't get it, but nobody got it. It was actually Pavel Buchnevich.
I was Buchka.
So that's big for me because AJ missed it.
Remember, Hedel was so hot in the beginning.
Yep. And then he got hurt.
Hedel,
that was
he's
pretty
so
much
hot
it.
right now.
Not right now.
It was Pavel Buchnevich against the Islanders in the second game of the season and route to
I didn't take Buch first to score. It was it, right? I always take.
Speaking of
Who's
Hedel,
next? Who's next?
Plug a little thing. Speaking of Hedel,
I'll go.
When after the Who Am I got a little debate.
Hedel? A little Hedel?
It involves Hedel.
Okay.
All right, I'll go.
Who's going next?
I'll go because then I got to do my little one later. David Quinn is currently, but not for long, the coach of the New York Rangers. Who are the previous 5 coaches before Quinn?
What?
Counting backwards.
Counting
5
backwards.
coaches.
Are we counting interim coaches?
I thought so much. 5 different. One of these guys may have appeared twice, so it's 5 guys.
One of these guys, what?
May have appeared twice, like was an assistant and then promoted, demoted, let go. Because it's the finals, a point for every name right. How's that sound?
Oh, God.
Ooh, I like that.
I mean, I'm not going to get any of them, but.
So it's basically just me and Ricky. Which one of us is going to get more?
Exactly.
I can't remember back that far.
How about this? They've had 5 coaches in the last 19 years. How about that?
How long was 19 years?
2001.
Who's got the best pre-lockout memory? That's how it's going to go.
Not me. Oh, shucks.
You got the last one should be all right, and then moving backwards.
Rocco's story is the funniest thing I've ever seen. I love it.
I feel like I'm missing an obvious one, and it's pissing me off.
I'm missing 2.
How much time do we have, Billy? No time?
I didn't do a timer.
Do it from now because it's fine. It's a little thinker.
It's been a while. Oh, you want me to actually start the timer now? I see what you're saying.
This is not including David Quinn, right?
No, it's the guy, the 5 before him.
Previous coaches.
Previous coaches.
I got 3.
You should be able to get 4.
I got 4.
The last one will be a tough one.
Yeah,
you got 4?
I can't get that 5th guy.
15 seconds.
Pull out your phone. I see you.
My phone?
He can't type that fast.
5 seconds.
My integrity.
3, 2,
I can't figure it out.
1. Flip them.
8. Pat Quinn.
I don't know.
AV, Tortorella, Rennie, AV, Tortorella, Glenn Sather, yes. All right, I'll just give you the answers. AV from 2018 to 2013, Tortorella 2013 to 2009, Tom Rennie 2009 to 2004, Glenn Sather 04-03, and Brian Trottier from 02-03. He didn't last.
Brian Trottier.
He didn't last the season. Glenn Sather took over and he coached.
So AJ gained a point on me on that one.
Tortorella coached a couple of games in that interim also. When that whole mess happened with Trottier and Glenn Sather, he was like an assistant.
I thought there was somebody in between. I thought Trottier was too far gone.
It seemed like it was 20 years ago, and it was 20 years ago. That's why. Brian Trottier.
So who got how many points? Because I missed them.
I got 3, AJ got 4, and Cobb got 3. And I got 3, and AJ got 4.
Okay. Thank you.
That's it. I think you
just go. You want me to go?
You just iced it, AJ.
No.
All right.
Go ahead, Kevin.
All right. Who were the last 2 Ranger teammates to score 20 goals in the team's first 48 games of a season?
30 seconds start now.
Do it one more time. Who were the last 2 Rangers teammates to score 20 goals in the team's first 48 games of a season?
I feel like this was an MSG question. And I think I remember the answer.
10 seconds.
It was recently I checked out.
I can't think of anyone recent.
Oh,
it better not be Gaborik and Richards.
It's been time for a while.
AJ got it correct. Brendan Shanahan, Martin Straka, 2006 and 2007.
At least I was in the same realm.
Now you lost, Ricky.
That's it. It's over. Season 1 champion.
Champagne.
Do your stupid question then.
Yeah, stupid head.
All right. So on Wednesday night, there were 6 fights between the Rangers and the Capitals, giving the Rangers 22 fighting majors for the year. Where do the Rangers rank league-wide in terms of fighting majors this season?
That probably bumped them up.
30 seconds.
I'll give you a hint. It is top 5.
Really?
Wow.
Where do they rank?
You got 5 choices. 15
1,
seconds.
2, 3, 4, or 5.
That's the coat to my luggage.
If that's the case, this league is horrible because the Rangers didn't fight.
This is also
5 seconds.
This is as of this morning. There are some games going on now. I don't know if things have changed.
Okay.
But as of this morning.
Flip up.
Okay.
Second, and I am
correct on both counts.
Here's the thing that I thought was like Ottawa's in first with 23, just to throw it out there. But here's the thing that I thought was pretty cool or interesting, I'll say. People get on the Rangers for having no toughness, all this stuff. But take away those 6 fights. Erase the 6 fights from the Capitals game, and the Rangers would be 4th in the league.
Wow.
With 16. Capitals right now are in 5th with 18. But you take away the 6 fights from that game, they're at 12. Rangers are in 4th.
Wow.
Which, I mean, they don't win any fights, but, you know.
They get into
maybe
them.
they're a bit grittier than we thought they were.
Well, a lot of it was Lemieux. It's Lemieux, Smith, and Wayne Rooney is a closet fighter.
Wayne Rooney is a soccer player.
Who the hell is Wayne Rooney?
That would be Kevin Rooney.
Whoops.
Wow. Wayne Rooney is a soccer player.
I heard he plays in the NFL, too.
Oh, my God.
Kevin Rooney is a closet fighter.
From this trivia.
I think Kevin Rooney's been in like 3 or 4 fights this year. He was in a fight in the game I went to.
Wayne Rooney goes down and grabs his ankle every time someone comes near him because he's a soccer player.
Oh, God.
Wayne Rooney goes down a lot because he's a soccer player. Goes down.
It's time for Beano's final.
Who am I?
Of the season.
Right into it. Selected 5th overall of the first round of the 1973.
Oh, God, we're going back now.
NHL Amateur Draft by the St. Louis Blues. He became the first goalie in NHL history to jump from junior
John Davidson
to the NHL.
Wait, why'd you say it?
I'm just yelling out goalie names. I don't know. Was that right?
That is the correct answer.
I was.
Let me finish because I have
finish it off.
I got to read my line. I wrote the line. Jump to the majors to the NHL in the same year. In 75, in the package deal, was traded to the Rangers, where he split duties with the one and only Eddie Giacomin. And I wrote in parentheses, I was supposed to do a Billy Trotter voice, but I didn't do it. Shockingly,
that would just be really nasally.
The Rangers.
What is the Billy Trotter voice?
I don't know. I was going to try, they're like Eddie Giacomin. I don't know. I was going to try.
You just sounded like yourself, but.
Thanks. That's pretty much it.
All right, JD.
There was one more note. It was JD. One more note. Double Vision, the song by Foreigner. They were inspired to write that song because of John Davidson. He took a puck to the face, and the announcer said, "Oh, he must be seeing double vision." And then Foreigner wrote that song, "Double Vision," based on John Davidson.
Would you dig up that nugget?
Wikipedia.
Nice. So it must be true.
Are they a Canadian band, Foreigner?
No, but John Davidson's Canadian. I don't know. They could be. But
John Davidson, former Ranger president.
So
they got nothing on Rush.
My trivia question was a coach question. My who am I was bye John Davidson, and we can move on. And that's my theme tonight.
Okay. Well, it's time for as it is the season finale of Ranger Things Have Happened, brought to you by Johnny C's Tees. It is time for our final top 5 of the season. So why not go with our personal top 5 Ranger moments of the season? I tried to get people involved on social media in this, not a single response. So you know what kind of impression we've made online this year. So hopefully the 3 people listening appreciate our top 5 lists. And if it's all right with you guys, I'd like to go first.
Sure.
Okay, I didn't hear any objections. My number 5 moment of the season, Alexis Lafreniere's overtime winner / first goal. I remember early podcasts wondering when is this kid going to score. And that was a great moment, and I remember being really excited, and even my wife getting excited. So that was a good moment for Alexis Lafreniere. I think I had a pretty good rookie year, all things considered. So I'm happy with that pick, and I'm happy where his game is headed. My number 4 moment of the year is Igor's first shutouts, also happening at long last. And not only did he get 1, but he got 2 in a row, which was wonderful because you were left wondering, is this ever going to happen? It happened, and it happened twice in a row. Number 3, Mika Zibanejad's standoff on the ice pregame with Brad Marchand when they both refused to leave the ice, and they had like the standoff, and the Zambonis out there, and Zibanejad refused to leave, and Marchand refused to leave, and finally Marchand left, and Zibanejad won the standoff.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah, that was awesome. Appreciated that. Number 2, I'm putting the line brawl versus the Caps on there. Rangers showing some heart in the wake of the craziness with Tom Wilson and the lack of fortitude from the league. Always nice to see a line brawl. And the number 1 moment for me of the season is Mika Zibanejad's 6-goal period on St. Patrick's Day in a dismantling of the Flyers. Just, you love to see it. And it was like Mika's back because he was off to such a horrible start in the beginning of the year. Turned out to have some pretty decent numbers. I owe AJ a day of drinking at the club as a result of it. And that's my number 1 moment personally for me is the Zibanejad breakout game on St. Patty's Day. That's my list. Laminated.
St. Patrick's Day.
Yes, St. Patrick's Day.
Boo.
No, we used that joke after St. Patrick's Day. Shut up, Billy.
I was going to say it, then Ricky said it, and I got upset on the air.
Yes. So go ahead,
I
AJ.
don't know
You go.
if
You
not
go
the
next
air, but
with your top 5 list. This is we are on the air.
it's not really over the air though. It's via whatever the internet is.
Oh, semantics.
Are you on Wi-Fi right now? Then it's over the air.
On the line. Put it on the line.
All right, fair enough. All right, so I didn't put mine in any particular order, but my top 5. Ricky stole mine. Lafreniere, OT winner for his first goal of the year, or first career goal.
Correct.
Against the Sabres, which was good. And then Mika's 6-point period has already been touched on, but Chris Kreider's hat trick in the game after Artemi Panarin took his leave of absence.
Are you having a stroke right now on the air?
Yes.
I might be.
Just be careful.
Slow down. Chris Kreider's hat trick after Artemi Panarin took his leave of absence. Even though they lost, it was still great for him to step up and do it, and everybody wanted him to be the captain.
That's the last time he scored all season. Yeah.
Yes. He completely disappeared. He pulled the Kreider. But by the way, Chris Kreider and Michael Conforto, 2 streakiest performers in New York history.
I'll give it to you.
They are either blazing hot or just completely invisible. Both of them. And they're both here at the same time. And I love both of them, and I fucking hate both of them too.
They're both handsome.
Probably roommates. They're probably roommates in Manhattan somewhere. Those 2 of them.
All right, go ahead. That's only 3.
That was 3. All right. So, and then Adam Fox had another game that they lost, but when he made 3 saves in a row on the empty net, that was fantastic. That was peak Adam Fox. By the way, I mean, I love him. He had a great year. He is the best Rangers defenseman since Brian Leetch. Does not deserve to be, I mean, maybe a finalist for the Norris Trophy, but he does not deserve to win. So let's all be real about it. Let's be real. He's not the Norris Trophy winner.
If the Rangers would have played better at the end of the season, he would have been.
Possibly. I mean, by all means, he should be a finalist, but winning, I think, is a stretch. And then the 5th of the top 5 is Brendan Smith and Ryan Strome getting after it the other day. With Brendan Smith going after Tom Wilson was the thing of beauty. I mean, he didn't win the fight, but just to step up and do it was great. Everybody knew it was going to be him. It had to be him. But Ryan Strome may be the best fighter on the team.
Yeah, who knew?
He was throwing bombs at Lars Eller, who opened his fat mouth and then caught a fist in it.
Yeah. Yeah,
I watched the Brendan Smith Tom Wilson's fight, like the first 5 seconds when he like throws his gloves off and he has everything off by the time he even got to him. And Kenny Albert made the call. I watched it like 1,000 times. It feels like. It's before like I get to rewind. And I don't want to watch the fight. I just kept rewinding that one part, and he going right after him.
Also, Kenny Albert will be the voice of TNT hockey.
Yes, he will.
Honorable mention. My favorite moment of not a top 5 Rangers moment, but my favorite moment of the year is my return to the Garden. Awesome. They won 4-2. They beat the Flyers. I was overserved at the game.
Nice.
The whole thing from start to finish, phenomenal. Lafreniere scored a goal. Booch scored. I don't remember what else happened because
I saw you after that game.
Overserved. You what?
I saw you after that game.
You saw me after the game?
Yeah, you came up to the club.
Yes, that's right. And you contributed to my being overserved.
Yeah, there you go. All right.
And
that's AJ's spiel. Kevin or Beano, jump on in. Go ahead,
go. Well, my list is pretty damn similar to yours and AJ's. My number 5 is obviously Lafreniere's first goal. Number 4 was the standoff between Mika and Brad Marchand. My 3rd was the St. Patty's Day Massacre, where they killed the Flyers 9-0 on St. Patrick's Day.
Great. I missed that day.
My number 2 was Mika having 3 hat tricks. And number 1 was, like AJ said previously, was Smith just going after Wilson, just sacking up and going right after him.
And he went after Chara, too. He wanted it.
Chara.
Yeah.
The freaking tree.
That's literally like barking up a tree, but...
Go ahead, Bean.
I went negative on this because, I don't know. I started counting back. I only got to 4, so my list is top 4. My number 4 is the Rangers Twitter just following Rangers Twitter. I didn't go too negative. I tried to not go too negative, but I went this way. Rangers Twitter was number 4 highlight of my Rangers season because hours of entertainment. Number 3 was our Rangers group chat. Was number 3. Number 2 was the only game reference I have. It was the St. Patrick's Day massacre, followed by the 8-3 win that they played them again, and they just destroyed them in 2 straight games. Was it 17? Was 17-3?
Yep.
That was the only hockey reference. And number 1, was going back to MSG, drinking in the parking lot and meeting Igor. That was the number 1. That was the number 1 highlight.
Nice.
F you, Beano.
I had another list. I had Punchgate, Tunnelgate, Puckgate, but I don't want to kill them too much.
There was a lot of stuff that happened this year.
There was a lot of bad. It was more lowlights than highlights.
So, AJ, before we get into our summer predictions, you said you had a Heedle.
Oh, yeah. So, I'll pose the question to you guys. It can be for the next 2 years, next 5 years, 5 years plus. Who would you rather see on this team? Ryan Strome or Philip Hedl? Because one of them is gone.
Strome.
Yeah, I'd go Ryan Strome.
I'm with you. I am with you wholeheartedly.
I would have to say Strome as well, just because the way he played. Aaron
for the next year or for the next 3 to 5 years, I'm taking Strome. Maybe if you go more than 5 years, then Hedl, because he's fucking 8 years younger. But for the foreseeable future, I'll take Ryan Strome.
I'm surprised at myself. If you would have asked me beginning of the season, I would have said Hedl.
Strome will be Strome.
Things have changed. I'm Team Strome now.
And you can't say he played well after they brought him over here from Edmonton. He played well that year. Then he was fantastic with Panarin last year. Great this year.
Yeah, I agree.
And you can't say it's just because of Panarin, because when Panarin was out and he was playing with Kreider, he was playing the same way. And if there are 2 Rangers forwards who have played 1,000 minutes this year, Zemgus Zibanejad and Ryan Strome. That's it.
Friend of the podcast, Natalina, would very much approve of this conversation. As she's a big-time Strome gal.
And his underlying numbers, I mean, granted he plays with Panarin, but his underlying numbers that all these people point to are all light years better than Hedl's. Hedl's numbers are good, but Strome's are way better. What is this? Corsi 4, Fenwick 4.
Oh, I don't pay attention to any of that.
Shots 4, goals against 4. It's all. Hedl is always, he's just above 50% in just about everything, which means he's slightly better. They get slightly more chances than they give up when he's on the ice. But Strome was 60%. So he's winning everything 6-4, I guess.
Okay.
I mean, the traditional numbers are going to be much better because he's played double the amount of time that Hedl has. Hedl had 550 minutes on ice this year. Strome had over 1,000.
You don't have to sell me. I agree.
He's durable. He doesn't get hurt. I'm not trying to sell you. I'm trying to sell the 2 people who are listening.
You thinking you get some argument about this? You came with
yes, I came ready to defend my point, and I didn't have to.
No, you didn't. I agree.
Hedl came out start the season out of a cannon, and he got hurt, and it seemed like he was okay the rest of the year. But
I mean, that's true. His hand could still be hurting him. I mean, nobody knows. But for the next 3 to 5 years, I'm taking Ryan Strome over Hedl. 5+ years, I'll give you Hedl. But who knows if either one of those guys are going to be here, because they might both be moved out for Jack Eichel now that JD and Jeff Gorton are gone.
And speaking of that, let's make some summer predictions as we wind down on the finale of Ranger Things Have Happened Season 1. Summer predictions. I have some.
There will be movement. I can tell you that.
There will be movement. I believe that Chris Drury will right the ship. I believe that despite the fact that he shouldn't be, Mark Messier will be involved somehow in a management position that he didn't earn. The Rangers will add Jack Eichel, but they will keep Laugh and Kakko in the process. The Rangers will add a couple of veterans who can play hockey, but also scrap if necessary. I'd like to see a Patrick Maroon type. Not necessarily Patrick Maroon, but that type of guy, big rig, but also a guy that can put the puck in the net. Everything turns out okay in the wake of all the chaos. And the Rangers Cup window opens in 2021-22 based on the moves happening this summer with Chris Drury steering the ship. Those are my predictions. What are yours, Beano?
I said there will be movement. Eichel, it's going to happen. I'm not 100% sure anymore. They will not move Laf. They will not move Kako. I think they will move Kravtsov. That I see going away. There will be, like I said, I don't want to throw away too many names. But there's going to be new guys. There's going to be a new coach. We're going to re-sign Smith, and we have to get somebody that can win more than 50% of faceoffs on this team. We have to get somebody
factual.
And that's it.
Back to Ryan Strome, Filipino. Ryan Strome's better on faceoffs than Filipino.
Yes, he is. Kavi, summer predictions. Any of them?
Basically, my list was a mixture of yours and Beano's. So
no other flavors.
Nothing new.
No Jimmy's for the top.
No Jimmy's for the top.
My list was.
I hate Jimmy's anyway.
I don't know if I have a list, but I'm going to go the complete opposite of Beano on this.
What?
I felt that there was no reason to bring Jack Eichel in, and JD and Gorton knew that they didn't need to bring Jack Eichel in. I think Drury will do it because James Dolan wants it, and I think we're not going to like what we give up. I think we're going to give up too much.
I don't know why I'm surprised that AJ went negative. I'm not surprised.
We're all going to hate it. If you're asking me for a hot take, Rangers trade or Tom Wilson.
No way.
Out of here.
I would take him like everybody said. Tom Wilson's a douchebag. Blah blah blah. All true. If he was a Ranger, I would love him, and I want him on this team.
The Sean Avery effect. The Sean Avery effect was right. That is Tom.
The Sean Avery effect. Every scumbag in the league.
Well, I loved Sean Avery when he wasn't on the Rangers, though.
No, he was a guy you hate. You love to hate him. Like you want him on your team, but you can't stand playing against him.
I love him.
You didn't love him. You didn't love him when he was beating up the Rangers when he was the king.
Sean Avery.
But the difference, Tom Wilson is a good hockey player. He's just also a complete lunatic. He just snaps, he blacks out, and does these ridiculous things. What makes you
think that Washington would trade him?
I said it was a hot take.
Oh,
hot take is something outlandish that we don't really know if it's going to happen, but we're it's going to happen.
That is a scolding hot take.
We got to look around who's available and who's on the last year. We got to look at all these things.
I think Butch is gone.
Well, we'll see.
He is. I don't know if I like it, but all right. So back to we did the Strome Hedl. For the next 5 years, you want Butch or you want Kravtsov?
Butch.
Yeah, I think I'm a Butch guy right now.
Next 5 years, I want
locker room guy. Big locker room guy, Butch. Like you said it, AJ. He's got them all cracking up on the airplane. Like you can see it. This guy.
Kravtsov was a very high draft pick, though. They have to get something good for Kravtsov as far as, even if it's a veteran, like one of those veterans they trade for, like a Wayne Simmons, or that kind of.
Oh, Wayne Simmons is another guy. I fucking hate him. If he was a Ranger, I'd love him.
I mean, like that kind of player, a guy that's in front of the net presence.
He's gone. He's gone. Wayne Simmons.
I
haven't been following anything other than the Rangers. Is he like diminished at all this year, or is he still playing?
He's playing on Toronto, right? Isn't he? They're a playoff team.
Toronto.
I moved to Buffalo with my mommy. Okay. I mean, it's going to be a wild summer. A lot's going to happen. A lot of Ranger things will happen. There you go.
He said it.
I'm both terrified and excited to see how it all shakes out. That's all I got to say. And for one final time in season 1 of Ranger Things Have Happened, let's hear from our pal.
Any last words, you f***ing donkeys?
Gordon Ramsay. Are there any last words, fellas, on this finale? Go ahead.
Just a simple bring back torts. That's what I want. That's what I want.
Hashtag.
Bring back torts. I'm going to start it on the Instagram that no one follows that we have. But bring back John Tortorella. I want. He's going to be fired, fit to be tied, just like Quinn is on our side, fit to be tied in Columbus. Bring him back.
Maybe we could trade Quinn for Tortorella.
Maybe they want to do that. Make the call.
AJ?
This was fun. I mean, it was a fun year. However many months, was it 5 months of talking hockey with adults who weren't my wife. So this was a good time. I had fun. I know nobody listened. I don't care that nobody listened because I'm talking hockey with my boys.
It's more for us, right?
I'm drinking my zero-carb black cherry vodka sodas.
Nice.
Low carb strawberry beer.
Taking Rocco's advice already.
Yeah, exactly. 0 carbs.
Am I the only one drinking?
I'm drinking.
Black cherry vodka soda, man. I told you.
I heard black cherry soda. I'm like, I think you're drinking like seltzer, like regular seltzer.
I'm not drinking. I'm on call if Kelly goes into labor.
You got like 3 weeks. Come on.
I gotta be
You're
careful.
drinking a low carb strawberry beer. We call it She-Wolf. It's okay.
Kevin, any last words?
I'm going to take after my pal Monty from Major League and go to his broadcast school. So next time we come about with this, I'll actually speak more. Actually learn how to, So I'll take a page out of Monty's book.
And, I have another hot take. Sorry. Another hot take. Ricky's kid comes out, and he never does a podcast again.
Get the hell out of here.
I'm not that lucky, AJ.
That's very unfair.
If we were only so lucky.
That's why they call it a hot take.
Dynamite drop in, Monty.
That broadcast school really paid off.
Hope you enjoy talking Rangers hockey with your wife, AJ. Anyway, my last words are as such. Last week, actually, I got a phone call. One of the producers that I worked pretty closely with in my brief time with the Rangers, both as the CFO and with the fan POV, like he passed away suddenly. Craig Silverstein, awesome guy, young guy, full of energy. I didn't really get much details. I know it was sudden passing, so I just wanted to give a shout out to him, to his family. My heart goes out to them. He was a great guy from the time I spent with him, and I would be remiss not to mention Craig and all the help he gave me in my time there. He was a great guy, and it's really sad. And also, on a happier note to end it, I want to thank the fellas here. I want to thank Beano. I want to thank AJ. I want to thank Cobb. I want to thank even Alex and Andrew. I want to thank all our guests that we had this year. I'll probably leave some of them out, but who do we have? We had Staffboy Steven. We had Dave Shapiro. We had Natalina Focarelli. We had Brandon Azoff. We had Andrew Base Chesty. We had King Nick on this
before
year.
He fell off the face of the earth and then came back.
We had Rocco on.
Oh boy, Rocco.
I feel like I'm missing
Dancing Larry.
So we Dancing Larry.
Larry.
I remember we were doing two. Patty Hoffman. We were doing 2 guests a show in the beginning. We came out flying.
Turning out the content.
Rachel Nones. Rachel Nones. Sorry, Rachel. Although Rebecca Nones sounds good too, but Rachel Nones.
Doesn't the producer have the list in front of him? He could have scrolled it like a little scroll marquee, like a credits.
He lost it during the move.
Appreciate everything, all the guests. Ryan Mead, the Cap Pope himself, was a guest. So all good stuff this year from our guests, all good stuff here from the panel. But the engine that runs it, that's Billy Trotter. He's an Islander fan, but he stepped up and he did a lot of work on this podcast. So thank you, Billy, behind the curtain. If you want to turn your camera on and take a bow, you can, but I know you won't.
I'll just take a bow.
It's all because he's got absolutely nothing else going on.
So. I thought you said he's got absolutely no clothes on, so he's going to keep his camera off.
Love of the sport and hockey. He loves.
Yes, he does it because he's all in on the NFL.
Not the fact that he can't get a match on the
Bumble or anything.
So, thank you, Billy.
I was gonna say Grinder, but I didn't want to say it, but I said it anyway.
The after hours. That's a whole nother show. Like Practical Jokers, We're after hours. That's a different
We
show.
will see you momentarily on Ranger Things That Happen After Dark. Also, before we go, real quick shout out to our sponsor, our first sponsor and only sponsor, Mr. John Conklin of Johnny C's Tees. Someday Beano will get his swag. I still owe some of our guest swag. It just, with the move and everything, the baby coming, I will get it out to you. The
Speaking
shirts
of the
and
swag,
hats.
we missed a guest. The kid, Tyler Ward.
Wardy. Miss Wardy. Sorry, Wardy.
I saw a video of him rocking Johnny C's hat.
You're damn right. Sorry, Wardy. Wardy, good kid. Good kid. He's all in. All our guests. Both our listeners. My mom and dad.
Next mom.
Hey, who are the listeners? Beano's wife and your wife?
No, my mom and my dad.
No, my wife works Friday nights. That's why I get to do this. She's not here.
So, yes, whether you listen back or watch it live, and if you see it, you're usually listening back. Thank you. This was so much fun. Up and down all year, hot and cold, just with the Rangers and everything. So this was great. And hopefully we do it again next season. Hopefully the Rangers Cup window, as I predict, will open next season, and a lot more Ranger things are happening. So
if we do it again next year, I got to suggest Friday nights only. Thursday post game. No good.
We were just talking about not doing it on Friday nights ever again.
Yeah.
Well, because everything's going to open up. No one's going to watch live on a Friday.
I got nothing else going on a Friday night. What are you kidding me?
What do you got going on a Thursday?
I probably won't either, AJ.
Sunday night. Maybe Sunday night.
Oh, God.
Sunday afternoon, day drinking.
Sundays are for the men.
We need,
we're old
use the mayor's as a studio.
Okay, we can.
It's the winter. There's no softball in the winter. And
this is open. Everything's going to open.
This is
new studio. No more bullshit fucking in my kid's bedroom. Next year at the mayor's real studio.
I can't travel to Roxbury. It's too far.
Oh, boy.
All things that we will hash out on RTHH After Dark. Thank you, everybody. As always, let's go Rangers. We'll see what happens this summer. A lot's going to happen. We'll be here in the fall to talk about it. Thank you for joining us on the beginning of this journey. We'll see you next season.